But if we could just bring forward Colin, Dan and Poppy. Do you want to go up? So I've got a list of questions for you guys, and after I've got some of my questions, we're going to have one of our crew coming along and giving a microphone as well. So you guys share this one. And then after I've asked these questions, if anyone has any questions, if you just stand up, give us a little wave, and we'll find a mic. We'll find a mic for you, okay? So the first question is, tell us who you are and how you got into filmmaking. Yeah, we've got enough mics at the moment.
I'm Daniel Lewis, and I got into filmmaking by accident. Ex-boxer, and I've just got a massive love for film. Wanted to be an actor, no one was giving me a chance, so I thought I'm just going to create my own and started making films. Total accident, but I love it.
Yeah, so my name's Colin.
Not my mics.
What have you been eating, Daniel? Yeah, my name's Colin. Similar to Daniel, always wanted to be a filmmaker. Didn't know how to start. So I was getting little bits and bobs on sets here and there. Things really kicked in when I went to university. Met some like-minded people, and we all got together. Fortunately enough, I was introduced to Daniel, and we had similar visions, similar ambitions. We got together. Daniel had already, if you didn't know, he actually wrote this script as well. I came on board to help produce it. And I want to introduce you to Poppy. She played Lawler in the film. Did she do a good job?
Well, all my life I've done like theatre. I've been going to drama school, children's dance school, and then Daniel came into my drama. Looking for a boy, but then he found me. He asked me if I was good at football. I am. I'm joking, I'm awful at football. I told him I was. That was the main reason he picked me. And I got on the pitch and didn't clue what I was doing. But that's it, really. And then I've been in 2 films since.
So my next question is, what inspired you to make Orchids? So we'll start with that.
Family. Very blessed to come from a large family of personalities. I've just taken inspiration from each and every family member. The bad, crap, dad jokes, the strength of matriarch figure, women in my life, and of course the character of Thomas was loosely inspired by my cousin Paul, who was my best friend growing up. You know, they say write about what you know, and I put it all into a script, so I guess that's where the inspirations come from.
It's beautiful. So the question was, what inspired you to make Orchids?
Yeah, I just didn't have anything else to do. No, when me and Daniel first met, I was on another project and he'd just come off the back end of his first feature film. And he told me about the idea he had to make this film, and I absolutely fell in love with the script and the characters. And you know, there were several storylines in there that we really wanted to push. We wanted to raise awareness for the cerebral palsy community, and we also wanted to raise awareness for women's sports. Obviously, Poppy was our character. She aspired to be a footballer, and she got there in the end. And it was nice the way the 2 storylines thread together. Yeah, and I'm just really, really proud of the film we've made.
It is really beautiful. And my question for you, Poppy, is what was it like when you found out you got the part?
Well, I was suspended at the time, so it was a relief. I was just sat in the back garden. Actually, at the time, I was practicing my autograph. And then the drama teacher came and she was like, you got it. And then my mum started being nice to me again because she was in a bit of a bad mood with me. So it was great.
And you did an amazing performance there. Oh, honestly, you both did. It was really, really
Thank you.
beautiful. So my next question is, how long did it take you to film Arcade and what challenges did you face? So we'll start with that.
I think the biggest challenge with independent filmmaking is fundraising. And of course, you know, I decided to make Arcade. It was my first feature film. It then became my second feature film because it took that long to make. No one trusted me with their finances because I was just some dormant ex-boxer now wanting to make a film. I was struggling to get the finances. I was having to raise the money myself. I put fundraisers on, etc. And it took 5 years to get the funds. But I always believed in it, you know. And yeah, but it was super low budget. So much so that we only had 30 days to shoot this. Should have been at least another 20 or 30 days more. But we were like, no, you have to do 10 scenes today because we can only afford you for 1 day. So,
And I think, you know, what you done was amazing. Like, it didn't feel rushed at all. Like, it was honestly, it was really beautiful. It's like you took your time. That's what I saw there. Every shot was beautiful. Performances were amazing.
stands with a talented team, so thank you.
So my next question is the same again. Is how long did it take, and what was the challenges that you faced?
So yeah, what you saw on the, so an hour and a half film took 30 days to shoot, but before we got to the 30-day shoot, it took 6 months of preparation, what we call pre-production, which is finalising the script, assembling the cast, assembling the crew, finding all the locations, all the props, all of the character Thomas's equipment, when it was his bed, his chair, specially adapted taxi, so we could get him round. Some of the challenges really, again, it was the finance. It's really tricky to make a feature film on such a small budget. And it was the community came together and helped us. So, whenever it was a location, the community pitched in, whether it was a prop or a favour or something, everyone just pulled together and made this happen. And it was tough, but then we meet the likes of it. We can just give a special mention to John Holden, give him a big round of applause. He's one of our executive producers. If it isn't for the likes of John and his generosity, independent film wouldn't stand a single chance. So thanks again, John, for helping us make this happen. I hope you're proud of it. And then another big challenge as well is trying not to lose your hair, which I lost quite a bit. I think it's gone onto Daniel's chin. Yeah, but just really proud. Yeah, I mean, there's probably dozens of other challenges, but finding food, that was tough. We got our mums in to do the catering for us because the budget was so low. And yeah, we hope that if there's any filmmakers out there in the audience, I hope they realise that it's not an impossible task. With the help of like-minded people, friends, and the community, you can make things happen.
One of my curious questions as well was the jam butties. What's the jam butties?
Well, the jam got broken if you notice the scene, the jam got, so we were just back down to butter. Plain old butter.
Just the butter. So my question for you, Poppy, is what challenges did you face in this film?
Colin's grumpiness. That's about it, really. Everything else was great. Like, I was having a bit of fun, and then you come out and you go. The whole time, every 5 minutes, I swear, every single 5 minutes, that's what we do. Other than
It's all
that,
coming out now.
But yeah, my only challenge is keeping quiet, really.
So tell us about your favourite sets and locations. So what was your favourite bit of that?
you know what, it's dead random, it's not even that special. We were sat in the kitchen and me and Daniel, was it you? Was it me, Connor? We were blowing pepper at the cameraman anyway, and he kept sneezing, and it was hilarious. So that was one of my favourite day, that.
And what about you, Colin? What was your favourite set and location or moment?
I actually like the, you all recognise the location where Thomas done his bike ride at the pierhead. That was a really special location. One shot in particular which saw Thomas ride his bicycle right down. You can see the 2 of the 3 races. That was a really special moment. And we were filming it on the day. I couldn't wait to see what it was like on film, and it came out absolutely lovely. But that was the hottest day of the year as well. So it was a real struggle, especially being ginger. I had a terrible time. But yeah, that's the one scene that stands out for me. I really enjoyed that scene.
And what about you, Dan? What was your favourite set, location or moment in the film?
Far too many moments. I mean, in terms of production value, of course, the hospital, you know, I think that really added to it. Tramway was cool, you know, and obviously getting their support. I just enjoyed it all.
And the guy that was in the arena, was that the actual owner?
That's him, yeah, that's Mark Palios.
How did you pull that one off?
Do you know what? They're just so normal, they're just so cool and approachable. And obviously, I've become good friends with the Palioses for about 10 years now. And I said what I was doing, and he said, yeah, let's get involved. I said, Mark, I've got something for you. He said, what? And this was like almost on the day, given the script, and he went, yeah, go on. And I think he was like a one-hit wonder, wasn't he? You know, he just done it in one take, and he missed the cool.
So what projects have you done before Orchid?
Something completely different, it's called Billy Smith. It's about a serial killer. Completely different.
You'll enjoy it when it comes out.
Yeah, so not quite the heartfelt and family drama. It's a horror slash thriller. So that should be out this year.
So what about you, Colin? What projects have you done before Orchid?
Well, I done one day on Billy Smith. I got there a bit late on the very last day. Other than that, it was just university projects for me. I was in university. A couple of short films, bit of TV stuff, nothing major. So this was my first real feature film.
You won't cry much, wasn't it?
Very much.
Yeah, you saw that, did you?
And what about for you, Poppy? What projects have you done before Orchid? What type of acting projects have you done?
Absolutely not. This is my first film. Done that one before. Except theatre.
So you mentioned that was your first big break. So you mentioned before that you'd done 2 other projects. So my next question is, what projects have you got lined up or coming out?
Well, we've got Bogeyville. Don't know when it's coming out. And 2 as in Arcade, and that's all I've done. I've got an audition tomorrow.
Good luck. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, so we're in pre-production again for our next feature film. Can't divulge too much, you know, spoilers and all that. But the next one raises awareness for mental health and suicide prevention. So there was a lot of gags in this one, obviously, but the next one's going to be a bit darker.
Yeah.
That's all we can't say anymore, unfortunately. Sorry.
So next question, the same is for you, Dan, is what projects have you got lined up? I'm seeing the beard, it doesn't seem like you. So I want to know, we want some spoilers, but I'll give too much away. So what have we got?
I've got to grow this till August, so it's going to be down here. Yeah, so unfortunately, because I work with him, I can't. We're on the same project, so likewise what he said.
So without giving any spoilers away, can you explain why your character might have really long hair and why they might?
Yeah, he's just unkept. So my character is he's struggling. He's at his wit's end with life. can't really see the light at the end of the tunnel, if you like. And he's not really maintaining himself. So that's.
And we won't give it too much away. Is that story a real life story? Like you said, this was based on a true story?
Yeah, of course. You know, I'll always take inspiration from experiences, whether that be from myself, people I know. You know, I'll always want to tell those important stories that hopefully have an impact on audiences. So.
Amazing. Okay, thanks so much for asking those questions, guys. We're going to go to the audience now, so if anyone has any questions for Dan, Colin or Poppy, if you just stand up, we'll get a microphone over to you.
Did it take you that long to make the actually film to actually make properly? Like how long did it proper take?
Is that from start to finish, including post-production?
Yeah, so like when you first started until you ended, kind of thing, yeah.
So I started writing this in 2017. Yeah, and to be fair, I done the writing process was quite quick, considering. But like I say, then you struggle with raising the finance and whatnot. It's always one step forward, two steps back. But then it was, like Colin said, we were in pre-production once we had those finances in place for like 6 months, and then it was a month in production, and then must have been about almost 12 months in post, which is a long time, but again, independent filmmaking, but we got there.
It's worth it, 100% worth it. Any other questions from the audience, anything at all?
My question is to Poppy. So what's it like working with the fantastic actors like Ricky Tomlinson and the rest of them?
Question.
It was surreal because I've always watched them since I was 4. I've been watching the Royal Family, so it was very surreal. But when you actually get there, it just feels normal. Like the first day, it was like a bit, do you know what I mean? But then the rest of it was just normal. I feel like they weren't scouts, it wouldn't be that normal.
No.
Because everyone's scouts, just like, you know, you knew them all your life,
Yeah.
so...
Did you watch Brooklyn as well?
No, actually, I haven't watched that yet.
What did you do when you started the programme, when you used to show that?
Okay, so what types of pre-production work did you do to make this film happen?
The pre-production was, so what we had to do, given Daniel's character's condition, is we had to find him a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And we approached a company that provides wheelchairs and disability apparatuses, and they were really good to help us out. They were really kind. And Daniel had first-hand experience anyway, because Daniel's cousin lived with CP, cerebral palsy. But Daniel also spent several months, and still does, with a charity called Stick and Step,
Yeah.
who do a lot of fantastic work in the community, helping people with cerebral palsy. And Daniel met the families, and he took a lot of inspiration from that.
How did you go about the audition process? When picking it, did you kind of have in mind who you wanted in the film? Or was it kind of like, let's see who turns up and we can go from there?
Do you know what? I mean, the beauty of being a writer, I kind of was writing for the people that I wanted. And I was so blessed to get the people that I was writing for as well. I created a vision board. Obviously, I had Ricky's headshot, Connor's, Sharon's, etc. And it just made the writing process easy. But of course, the script always had so Poppy's character was always meant to be a young brother. So for 5 years, I've got it in my mind to have this. We're looking for a 12-year-old boy. So we've gone to audition a load of young boys and girls for his best friend. And we came across Poppy, and so it was Poppy that was the only audition. Well, that role was the only auditions But I changed the script because of Bobby. So.
Amazing how you changed it. It's unbelievable.
I couldn't have seen it the other way. It's honestly fantastic. So you mentioned a few names there. Obviously, we all recognise a lot of the cast. How did you secure those actors?
I'm just really cheeky. Yeah, and intimidating.
Just stalking outside their house, like, please be in my movie.
So I don't know if anyone remembers, Ricky used to have a place called the Green Rooms, and there was a little cafe there, and so I knew that he used to always be in this cafe. So I completed the script, and I thought, and again, you know, like what I idolised, you know, the likes of Ricky growing up and watching the Royal Family. Caroline Hayne was one of my favourite writers, and so I knew Ricky was going to be at this cafe at some point, and I've gone in and I've said to the guy, where's Ricky? You know, I've got a script and, you know, blah, blah, and the lad's gone, look, he's in on Wednesday at 11 a.m. Come back then, so I turned up the following week. Ricky's came in and I've gone, oh, Ricky, you know, fancy seeing you here. Here's a script that I've, you know, got here by accident on purpose.
Coincidence.
And straight away he jumped on. And then obviously securing the likes of Ricky, that fills confidence in other actors, you know, because when he attaches himself, you know, they go, well, if he's doing it, you know, I will. And of course, he introduced me to people that I wanted to get in touch with.
It was nice to see him on the screen as well, because he's getting on a bit, isn't it? Now he's not acting in as many things now, and he's, you know, he's still got it. He's incredible.
84 years young.
Yeah. Amazing. Any other questions?
How did you go about getting the, like, of the chassis and that,
The football clubs?
and the football, chassis and the football club?
Yeah, getting into the football clubs. Liverpool was a bit trickier because they're a bigger organisation. We actually didn't get into Liverpool, but they kindly let us film outside.
Very nice.
Because, you know, they're really nice. And it was a bit of back and forth. We had to call them, we had to email them, and then when they didn't get back to us, we went and knocked on their door, because we're the type of filmmakers that don't take no for an answer. But they finally come down. But Tranmere was very different. Tranmere were really cool. They're almost a family-run club. And they were just really welcoming. They were happy to have us. And they've done a lot for us since, by way of promotion and inviting people down. So we've done a similar show into this in a different cinema, and John Barnes came, and David Fairclough came, and some of the Tranmere players, and it was just really, really exciting. We had such a good time.
Amazing. So we'll just take two more questions. Has anyone got a question? Should we have these two at the front row? Oh yeah, we'll go there.
Was that the last performance of Jake Abraham? It was just gorgeous to see. It really was. That's all.
Yeah, thanks for recognising that.
So Jake was a really good friend of mine, and so at that point, Jake didn't know and whatnot, and we were meant to do a film together, but obviously since then, Jake's family have come to, I think, did he come to the London premiere? They came to the London premiere and the Liverpool premiere, and they were really happy and pleased, you know, to see that, so thank you.
I recognise the face because when I was doing my research, I noticed you guys premiered here a few months prior, and I saw a picture of you on the red carpet, a group of you, and I saw you, was you holding a picture, was it of him?
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder who that is, and then I've only just realised that's who it was. So I tell he's always in your hearts. It's beautiful. So is there any other questions?
I think there was a lady.
Just to these last
this
two.
lady, yeah. Oh.
I believe I heard you say this film is based on a true story, so what is that true story?
Yeah, you know, you take elements of truth and you dramatise it to, you know, to make it a little bit more entertaining and whatnot. So it's more based off personalities. So it was, for instance, my cousin Paul, he couldn't talk. He was a lot more severe than the character that I portrayed. But he did have a wicked sense of humour. He communicated with his eyes. He blinked twice for yes, once for no. he had this wicked laugh and smile. You knew exactly what he was thinking, and so yeah, it was just it was inspiration from a lot of things and elements of truth from different scenarios, all put into one to create one story, if you like.
Amazing. We'll go on to the last question, Jenny.
I'm just wondering, what was the hardest bit to perform in the movie?
The hardest scene was when I'm in the changing rooms and I see the rock. I was in like a sweaty changing room, I was doing my own editing. But yeah, that was it then. That was the hardest scene. Other than that, it wasn't really a hard scene. The hardest scene to watch is probably when Connor is in the office. I cry every time. I didn't actually cry then, but every other time I've cried, and I cried when I was watching him do it. What would you say? There and then.
Well, luckily I didn't get to perform, I was behind the camera, but I'm sure Daniel's got a scene he wants to relate.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, any of the scenes given my character, because I was conscious that I was doing it justice. I was treating it with respect and integrity. I didn't want to come across as though I was overdoing it or mocking it. So I was always conscious that every scene I went into doing that character. So I think they were tough, and of course the emotional scenes. But yeah, no, thank you for the question.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming here today. We really loved watching that film, and obviously, if you do want to stay behind and get a photo with Dan, Colin and Poppy, we're going to be on the red carpet there, so if you want to get a picture with them, you can get a picture with them on the red carpet there. But I just want to say thank you so much for coming, everyone, today. Really, really appreciate it. Have a good night.